Hello and welcome to Bethan's Kitchen and Garden. Today I thought I'd do a greenhouse tour and a cold frame tour. So I'll show you what we've got growing in and around the place. Okay, here is the greenhouse at the moment. Got 2 sweet million tomatoes in there, and then another 3 sweet million tomatoes along here. I've interplanted them with marigolds, and my pepper plants are at the front. The pepper plants are not thriving as well as I thought they would. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I've got marmande growing there, they're doing well, and some marmande there, and that's marmande too, as are these two at the end. And this pepper plant here, this is what's making me think that these ones are not doing so well, because this one is doing so well in this pot. So I'm debating whether I should take these out of this ground and plant them in a pot, because I'm just wondering if I'm watering them a bit too much, because they don't need as much water as the tomatoes do, so maybe they're getting more water than they want. Although in saying that, this one is very wet, but it seems to be doing all right. This one is, well, all these ones are shop bought, but this one is something banana, sweet banana. So it's meant to have a little bit of spice, but mostly be sweet. I think these are Brad's Atomic grape. I was sent them via the Veg Grow podcast, who had sent some on behalf of Digwell Greenfingers, and I think he said they were Brad's Atomic. So that's great, because I've never grown them before. So they are looking good at the moment. And these ones are San Manzano. There's 4 of them, I think anyway. But there doesn't seem to be many tomatoes growing on these ones. Oh, there's a truss there. But these have been quite slow, and I don't have much luck with San Manzano in the past. So I might grow a different kind of Roma next year. And these 2 here are Gardener's Delight. Oh, I had a trouble with the camera then, so I've had to switch to a voiceover. So yes, what was I saying? These are Gardener's Delight, and then I've got this snack pepper down here in this pot, which is doing an awful lot better than the one on the other side. So I'm not entirely sure why these ones in the beds are not doing so well, but they have got some peppers on them, but the plants are just not as big as the ones on the other side. So back over to this side now. I've got 2 Yellow Delight in the corner there. They're not doing too well. And I've also got this other San Manzano one here, which again is producing a couple of fruit, but it's not all that good. So next year I'm going to look for a better variety, I think, because those seeds I've got are old, and I'm wondering if they're just not producing very well anymore from the old seeds. So I also think I might try Shirley next year, because I've seen an awful lot of people growing Shirley and they look like they're doing really, really well. So anyway, this is the Yellow Delight that I was talking about. Not much to show you there. But down in this corner, I've got 2 pepper plants. Again, not growing all that well. And those are foxgloves, so they are doing okay. And in this pot, I've got some Thai basil, but I'm not very convinced about it. Or maybe it's cinnamon basil. It's very medicinal anyway. I don't like it very much. And I've got some purple basil over there, which is fine. It's just a normal variety, so it's quite tasty. But I won't be growing any of the Thai basil or the cinnamon basil again. It's not for me. This is the harvest, I've taken, I cut off the purple basil tops, as it were, and now I've got them to go in the house to use up in some dishes. And I've also got some peppers, the first peppers. I cut off that green one in the hopes that it might make some other peppers grow, because sometimes if there's like one big pepper on a small plant, it dominates. So I thought I'd try and rejig the pepper plants by cutting off that green pepper. And here are my other pepper plants and chili plants that I sowed from seed myself. Not doing really well, are they? But I'll keep them going and see how they turn out. My set of shelves next to the greenhouse have most of my plug plants growing in them. These front ones, I've got to be a bit careful with these, are cauliflowers. They need to go into the ground. I just need to clear away some crops. And then at the back, I don't want to pull them all the way out because they're actually up to the top. I don't want to damage them. Are my 4 purple sprouting broccoli plants that I'm waiting for my coriander to go over so I can harvest the seed from the coriander, and then I can pop those into their place. I got one leftover kale plant here. I'll have to find a home for that. And now these are seeds that I have sown for the winter or the autumn, and as part of Colleen and Jason's challenge over on the potato, over on Clive's Conundrum Garden, they're doing some potato malarkey. They wanted us to plant some or sow some seeds for the winter, so I've sown quite a lot. I was sowing them anyway, but I thought, well, I might as well show them. So there's mustard, and I sowed these about 5 days ago. Lettuce Apache, this is Mizuna, I'm sure this is Mizuna, yeah, Mizuna. Got something just coming through here. Let me just put that on the floor, hope that no garbage whites come along. Corn salad, I wondered what that was because it's quite late in comparison to the others. But like I said, it has only been 5 days. And then we've got iceberg lettuce in the front, little gem lettuce in the middle, and then those are pansies which are not shown through. Those are primulas. Then we've got comfrey in that missing middle bit, and then just coming through is Claytonia, and then this is Perilia, Celtis, and Landcress. So a lot of them I've not actually grown before, so I'll be interested and excited to see how they do. There's rather a lot of them, but I can just grow them on in small pots over the winter. And similarly, we've got brassica leaf, yeah, right. Got cauliflower here, greyhound cabbage here, broccoli here, pak choy, there's like 18 cells of pak choy, spring onions, and then right at the back is some spinach. This is my 3rd attempt at spinach because it keeps bolting. This is a tray that needs to go in the ground now. It was sort of floundering for ages, not really doing much, and now that beetroot's really getting away, so that beetroot needs to go in. And these lettuces at the back, they are little gem, and then there's a couple of iceberg in the front that have germinated. They need to go in. And then down here, this is Swiss chard, different coloured Swiss chard, so that can go in the ground as well. And this is greyhound cabbage, I believe, another batch, just an earlier batch of greyhound cabbage, so that needs to go in when I plant my cauliflower. And then we got some sorry for themselves looking foxgloves, which I think need to be potted on. Not quite sure why some of them have died off, but they have. So that's what's on my set of shelves at the moment. And here is the cold frame, which I'm hoping to plant out the majority of of the plants in here, and then I can put those peppers and chilies in here, and I can put the lid back on, and then this can be the greenhouse for growing on this summer. So I've got some nasturtium plants. There's 4 nasturtium plants there. I think I know where I'm putting them, so I just actually need to get around to planting them. Similarly, this calendula, that needs to go out as well, as do the parsley, so I know where they are going. The leeks, they are looking really good. They need to go in when I've taken my potatoes out. So I've still got a couple of potatoes in the front garden in a bed, and once those potatoes have been harvested, those leeks will go in there. This is the borage that I tried to rescue, that I was going to plant around the garden but never got around to doing. So there's like a million little borage plants all fighting in that one pot there, so I do need to do something with them. And then this is the asparagus plants that I took up from the asparagus bed because they just had seeded themselves, and I'm not quite sure whether to plant them now or whether to leave them until next year. I'm not quite sure which way to do it. And then these 3 plants here, these are chili plants that my neighbour asked me to sow for him because he wasn't getting around to doing it. So I only sowed them yesterday, and he's quite happy for them to be little plants that he'll overwinter in his conservatory. Here is the mini greenhouse in the front garden. It has predominantly a cucumber plant and 4 melon plants and a couple of chilies at the top. But here are the cucumbers. They are looking good to me. These are the best cucumbers I've grown in a very, very long time, as in, you know, they've actually grown. So the plant so far is looking good. It's managed to reach all the way up to there, and I've got those 2 good looking cucumbers. If I just come across to here, that's one of my chili plants. That needs potting on into a bigger pot ideally, which has become available now, so I shall do that soon. And this one I think is basket of fire, and that looks like it's doing fine as well. I've still got my garlic just drying there, and the garlic just drying there. And then down here are 2 of the melon plants. The other 2 are the other side. I haven't got any melons to report at the moment. I've just the side shoots have just started to come, so once they get a little bit more established, I shall start trying to pollinate them. I've been trying to focus on getting the plants to be big and strong before they produce any melons. I haven't been very lucky with the melons so far, but hopefully this year will be a different story. So they seem to be doing well. And the cold frame I built, that's got other melons in it, is looking quite dire because the top got broke, and then my cat jumped on it and broke it some more, and now I need to replace this top, and I'm going to replace it with a dome lid because I think that would be the easiest way, and it should hinge up that way, and hopefully it will have enough clearance at the back so I can open it right the way up. But we'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be a dome one anyway, I think. And then in here, that's a watermelon. That one took a while to get going. And then we've got melons at the back here, which really, until I get this top sorted, I can't really help very much apart from just not constantly water, but they do need a water. I can see that the compost is quite dry in their pots. So this is another watermelon at the front, and there is one there. Whether that's been pollinated or not, I don't know. And the ones at the back are honeydew melons, I think they are. So yes, I need to sort out this ASAP so I can get in there and pollinate, help assist with the pollination of the melons, so we actually get a melon. So that is what I've got growing in the greenhouses and cold frames at the moment. Everything's looking good, I think. I just need to sort out what I'm going to do with those peppers now, because if they're not doing very well in that bed, then maybe I should move them. What do you think, guys? Do you think I should move them? I'm not so sure. But anyway, that's it from me for today. Thank you for joining me. And all I can say about my greenhouse tour is lovely job, and take care, everybody.